Awesome. So for those of you who see that I upload a new video and don't bother watching the stream, which is fine, we're watching the video, I'll sum up. This is FortressCraft 2. It is coming. I've been working on it a while. Hope that is enough information. Feel free to ask silly questions down in the comments. I was quite surprised last week, and I'm sure I'll mention this again, how many people went, whoa, it's a sequel. Like, I've been talking about it for years. I've been working on it for years. So, yep, there's a sequel. It looks like this. And, yeah. And current state of affairs is quite broken. And that is what I am working on today. So, without further ado, I know none of you like ado, let's get started. We do have a webcam view. Ray, Dora is currently, she knows that I've got the camera on because she's currently over there. We'll see if she jumps up. She's thinking about it. So one of my ongoing issues is lighting, and that's interesting. I'm actually seeing that there because what is going on? So lighting is a constant ongoing battle, and a lot of that is the way that lighting is done these days, because it's not simple like it used to be. Now it's all, what volume have we got going on? Is it this one? Oh, I think I might not be in a volume. Let's have a look. Intro sequence. You mean that one there? One I just clicked on. See, that should be making this change massively, and it's not. So perhaps there is a clue. I'm also streaming at 30. Also, let me know if Twitch isn't streaming okay. And hey, Nino the Gnome, you're gonna like my next game after this. It's got gnomes in it. So does this mean the camera I'm using doesn't have the post-processing stack active? What is going on? I mean, there does appear to be another camera rendering behind it, but we're not going to worry about that. Oh, well, that should be ticked. The quality asset in this project does not have... I've just been distracted. What do you mean DLSS? What is that then? Why would I not enable DLSS? I mean, apart from that, it breaks horribly. Interesting, but let's not get distracted. So one of the things I was talking about last week is the sheer unbelievable amount of things I have to do, like huge amounts, just ludicrous amounts of things to be done on this project, and it's very hard to sort them into any sort of order. So I'm going to do my best, but a lot of it is just, oh, that needs fixing, oh, that needs fixing, oh, that needs fixing. But why is this camera Ooh, dear me. TLAA. So I don't know if you can see the... You probably can't on the stream. But if I do this... Oh, great. Yes, I don't know if you can see just there on the left. I can't let go of the mouse. Thank you. I don't know if you can see this sort of jiggling. TAAA makes it. And anti-aliasing, it's there a little bit, that's fine. FXAA is crap. SMAA is alright, but TAA is cool. But then, my god, that is not a good implementation of TAA going on right there. Sort of thing you will see in other games, this sort of shimmering effect. And although I realise I am a one-man band, I can't stand... I couldn't ship a game that did that. I just couldn't. So, we won't. I thought that there was a tick box in here to enable or disable post-processing. And there doesn't seem to be. But there's definitely something weird going on. I know, okay, these are working. Okay. Now, how much better does that one look? So all I've done there, this is where it goes in. This isn't changing the lighting. All this is doing is changing which post-processing profile we're using. That one looks much better. Rather weirdly. But this is the one that the game is using. Now, what's confusing me is the exposure button doesn't seem to be doing anything. Or tone mapping. Are these working? Because this should absolutely be... Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, it wasn't doing anything a minute ago. Right, did I just change this? Let's check. So that one was set to Phoenix default profile. Let's just stop. Right, okay, let's make sure that is working, because fixing the lighting is something that is important, because the lighting is all over the place in a minute. It's not even slightly right. I'd love to say it is, but it's not. Right, so why is it now not working? Oh, is there another... Right, so let's give this a priority of 100, because this is only for the intro. So I think that's what the issue is. Right, so now is that cool. Right, there we go. Right, so we've now got this bit's working. Now the thing is, what I've had to do is I've had to make all the volumetrics very, very, very thick. And then on top of that, I have had to then make everything very, very bright. And then to fix that, I've had to make the exposure completely over the top. So we've got our exposure set to 14, which is essentially staring right at the sun. So the inside of this is about as bright as the sun. Yeah, I know. I don't know why we have a fixed exposure and a compensation, but there we go. Also, do we not have a directional light? Like, why isn't that working? Oh, that... Wait, is that part of it? The idea was that this should have a light shining in it. Why can't I see this? So it is doing something. But the shadows... Let's look at this object a bit more closely, because you've got this door here. And this door here is supposed to be the shadow caster. In fact, they're all shadow casting. But that should allow... See, so times like this, I begin to just quietly wonder, maybe I won't write games anymore. Maybe I'll just become a nun or a hermit, because it crashed in because it D3D swap chain. Thankfully, I hit save a lot. So we should be getting light through these two tiny holes. Also, why when I enable the shadows is it getting brighter? You see what I mean about all of this horror that I'm having to try and learn why it's going on. And really what I want is I'd like a junior, or even a, I'd like more coders, so I can just say to the other coder, like, hey dude, your job, just go and do the lighting. You've got 6 months and I'll write everything else. I don't understand why when I turn the shadows on, it gets... Oh, actually, I think I might know why. Because there's another direction, like, because it's bitching about... I have to rearrange slightly because I can't... Normally I run on multiple screens, but for streaming I only do one screen. So hopefully it's readable. Where is Dora? Oh, hold on a minute. She's very sneaky, but I am sneakier. She knows. She knows. Ah. So that's ticked. And that's ticked. If I select them both, it goes, oh, some are ticked, some aren't. Right, so does that mean that now this light can... Right, okay. So I'll have to check that in a minute. So the light controller is... Still isn't quite... No, so what's light is this? Because it's not this light here. Right, so... Right, well, let's fix this bug, because this is definitely an issue. Don't show your bum to the camera. Bear in mind, the camera's nowhere near her. She has no, she doesn't care. But now she's like, I'm being watched. I'm being watched, Father. What are you doing? What? What? I think it's partly because I'm just talking to myself. Are you now going to switch to your other sleeping area? You totally are, aren't you? You're going to get. So she's currently stuck between the curtain and the string that holds the curtain in place. Why are you staring at me? Anyway, you can all enjoy Dora's bum. Okay. I don't actually think I am like. Which one's. Are you serious? Oh my god. I have many things to say about Dora, but I will say she is one of the most catty cats I have ever seen. Like she's a very, very cat. And if you don't own a cat, you won't know it. If you own a cat, you'll be like, I have a lot of cats, and this is one of the most catty of them. Right, so we've got survival day-night control. Then we've also got sun control. So this doesn't know what the sun is. This purely controls the color of the sun and nothing else. So in this case, so do we actually do end sunlight anywhere apart from the new color road? Yeah. We need to ensure that only one of the shadow casters is active. This is why the moon and the sun are exactly 180 degrees opposite in my game, unlike reality, because I can only have one shadow caster, which is odd because I thought I could have more in HDRP, but apparently not. That will go here. And that's partly why I've been having some issues. I've had 3 directional lights and I'm only allowed 1. By sun angle, what do I mean? Okay, right. Yeah, I've clicked that 3 times now. There we go. Right, so we have the sunlight and the moonlight. So now what will happen at the beginning of the game, all the shadows will turn off. Okay, I check the intro's finished. What is up with Dora today? The thing is, I know she's sitting on a windowsill, but if I put something comfy there, she just won't sit there. Well, I haven't had anyone bitch at me that the quality's broken or too loud or too quiet or anything, so I shall do my announcement. Are you seriously going back to the other? I'm going to have to get 2 cameras at this rate. I hate doing it, everyone, but it is in the live stream channel, which is an announcements channel, and if you don't care, you opt out. All right. For ensure only the intro light is the active one. Huh? I'm confused. How do I query it elsewhere? All right. Rotate our sun user control so the angles don't coincide. Hello, Dora. She's on my desk, licking my fingers. WGG, I stream on both. I only stream on Twitch due to, let's say, historical reasons. Twitch send me no money at all. It is absolutely awful quality. I'm seriously looking into getting fiber at my house, and at that point, I shall be streaming at much higher quality and YouTube only. Thank you, David. I appreciate that muchly, and I am looking forward to Phoenix as well. There's a couple of games I'm working on that I want to play. I really want to play. So this morning I've been working on Astro Trucks, which I just love. I love playing that game. And this afternoon I'm working on this, which, and I said this before, if I didn't write FortressCraft, I'd be a FortressCraft fanboy. I'd be there hammering on the forums when there's going to be a patch. Why aren't you updating it? Why isn't there a sequel? All of that. So I've worked on a lot of games, and this is one of the games I really love. It is absolutely my one of my favorites. When Dora is an angel, by that you mean she's invisible, does what she wants, and doesn't show up on camera. I know where she is now. Oh, are you serious? Serious? I'll show you where she is. For God's sake. Why are you up there? My thing. Okay. That's your fault, Dora. 100% your fault. That was my fault. This is where she is, because she's up tall. That's why. Right. There will be a very brief hiatus while I glue back together the thing that I just dropped. So please hold. Oh, electricity. The thing is, I would show you my desk a bit more, but it's never tidy. Give me a couple of seconds, and I will go through it. Because my new monitor. Oh my god, this is an experience. This monitor. Can't believe I broke this. Ugh. Part of the reason I don't talk too much about my setup is because people are like, oh, how can I put it? They think that it's my setup for me, and it's not. This is where I work. This is where I spend my life. So having my setup better saves me money. It really does. Um, yeah, WJG. I need to. Yeah, I honestly, Twitch is. I make so little off Twitch that they can fuck off. Whereas YouTube are brilliant. But anyway, 2 secs. Right, so you see, this is my life. This is what I had to put up with. Can you see her? Right. Right. So you see, this is my life now. It's just endless. Angel, where is she? There she is. So yeah, this is where I spend my life. Now, I promise you, that middle monitor, there is no camera that does this justice. This is a 55-inch 4K curved monitor, and it is amazing. When I say it's amazing, let's hope I don't mess this up. It does. So the stand goes up like that, and it's also a 55-inch. Jesus Christ, that's big. So it's detected. Now I can have 3 inputs. Honestly, this thing is amazing. I cannot describe how cool this monitor is. Yeah, there's Dora for comparison of how big this is. Are you done? So yeah, I bought this recently. I think it's 57% off. But yeah, absolutely monstrous. And just the best thing I've ever bought in a long time. And then I've got this machine's capturing. That's the capture machine down there. See what I mean? She knows what I'm doing. Look at her. And then I've got the stream readback here, and then I've got the Discord chat here. So this is my life. This is where I spend it. Also, check out the remote control for the monitor. So it's got solar panel. How cool is that? But you say, what happens if I live in the dark? So it comes with 2 remote controls, and it harvests Wi-Fi energy. So it takes the Wi-Fi energy that's in my house to keep the remote control charged, which I'm like, oh my god, that's a thing. But yeah, that is where I live. What are you doing? Where did you get the clothes? But yeah, the one of the things I've had over the years is people going on about, oh, you've bought all the best stuff and it's all so cool. So those of you who've watched my streams for any amount of time will know that I spend half my life looking at looking at status bars filling up, and that is why a faster computer is always better because of that reason. So Yeah, the monitor is honestly unbelievable. I saw a YouTube video on it and I'm like, oh my God, that is exactly what I need. And then I was like, oh, it's going to be way too expensive. And I had a look and it was 54% off, 57% off. And I was like, huh. Unusual thing. I thought, well, I'll get it. And if I don't like it or I'm not really taken with it, I could just send it back because it's off Amazon. And I got it. And again, I can't describe to you what it's like. So normally I run a multiple monitor setup. I don't really do that anymore. I've mostly got this monitor and then I've got the two, how can I describe it? Wing mirrors in the corner. But yeah, it means that I can now actually stream and work quite well. Whereas normally when I was streaming, it was really difficult. Did I put a comment for this? 0.25 at sunrise. Okay. So if current time of day, sun control dot current time of day is greater than 0.25 and sun control current time of day is less than 0.75, else. I wonder if I should just have a bool is daytime. Probably. And with no depth code in either of these. We do a bit. Note, the sun doesn't do anything on depth. I mean, Bluetricity I kind of do because I am entirely funded either by sales of my game or Patreons. I don't want patrons going, well, he's obviously just... I've seen too many videos about Kickstarter projects where they've made loads of money and then gone and bought Ferraris and stuff. I've seen too many of those. I don't want to be accused of spending all of my Patreon money on ridiculous hardware. But this monitor, honestly, is... I grin when I sit in front of this monitor. I cannot describe to you how good it is. The fact it's a 4K 165 hertz one, and I can do... Oh, I can't show. I can't show. I was going to show you. So what I could be doing here is I can split this into 4 screens, and then I can just show you... and then I can have 4 inputs, and I could run YouTube on one screen and everything like that, or my phone stream to a corner of the screen. So it's really, really, really cool. And it's weird. It's a productivity screen as opposed to a gaming screen, and at the same time, it's a 55-inch 4K 165 hertz monitor. So Martin, this code here on the left, it's, to be fair, these 2 bits of code are kind of a little bit together. So this piece of code here on the right, this one rotates the sun based on the time of day, and the one on the left actually figures out what the time of day is. But what the sun does is quite complicated, because when I go underground, the sun gets dimmer, because otherwise you end up with the sun glowing underground, which obviously looks very weird. But the reason I'm doing this is because you cannot have multiple shadow casting lights. So I'm just trying to get the intro to work. Arvanis, it's basically just Minecraft. You run around, you kill pigs or something. I don't even know what Minecraft is these days. The thing is, I haven't played Minecraft since about... Oh my god. I'm trying to think what it would have been. Probably about It's probably about a year for Fortress. So 2009, maybe. I honestly don't know. I know that people are upset because the latest Minecraft patch didn't have enough stuff in it or something. Wasn't there some controversy? Which honestly, I almost begin to wonder is made up by Microsoft in the nicest way. I don't know why anyone cares what's being added to Minecraft. You know, really, I don't. See, I was expecting. There you go. That's what I'm expecting. So you see that spinny light there. That's what I was expecting to see. That's not quite the effect I'm going for, though. So as you can see there, as it spins round, you get this beam of light. But really, the windows aren't big enough to do this. But yeah, I might not actually do this after all. There's no point in casting shadows from it then. Or having it at all. Let's see. But now at least I don't have the main game light and my intro light working. So we do have some lights in this scene. So the problem I have here is this is now 60,000 lumen. Let me just have a look. How bright is the sun in lumen? So the sun is about 127,000 lumen. This is now 600,000 lumen, just so I can get the volumetrics I want. I don't think this is right. I mean, WJG, let's be honest, Minecraft promise, and I can quote, the best Kinect implementation of any game. They promised that. And I don't feel they delivered. I don't know if you feel they delivered on the best Kinect implementation of any game. I think that's that was a lie. But the only reason I remember that one is I was being called out on a forum because they were going on about all the promises I'd broken, how Minecraft always delivers stuff, and I was like, what? You're joking, right? Don't get me wrong, I understand Minecraft is quite the phenomenon, sorry. But the sheer rabid fanboyism around it is mind-boggling. So I've got one guy going on about how intuitive the crafting system was, and I was like, what? Because it's so intuitive. All you need to do is look up what each thing is, and then you remember it. And I'm like, that's not what intuitive means. That's the opposite of intuitive. One thing I very rarely do is I will very rarely defend a game that doesn't deserve it. I will just sort of go, you know, I'm more of a person who will call out games for being shit when I don't want them to be, rather than blindly going on about how good something is. So the reason I'm quiet is I did break something earlier. I'm just trying to fix it. I'm just trying to glue it together and struggling a little bit. I might buy another one. It's only a couple of quid at Amazon. Well, I mean, I remember playing Minecraft the first time and just going, I don't know how to craft. I don't. And then finding out what you had to do and just sort of going, oh my god, like that to me is such an insurmountable gameplay requirement. I would probably have stopped playing at that point. I was just boggled. Right, let me just hide that for just a moment, just so I can balance this. And we'll also create a area like... Oh, I noticed that didn't... Okay, I do it here. Oh, you can't have... Oh. Oh, maybe I'll have a point like them. I can't have a area like with volumetrics. And volumetrics, I'm afraid, are going to be one of the calling cards of this game. And I'm sure people will hate it, and I don't care. What was written for the heavy computation going on in SE? Which heavy computation? Sorry. We need a little bit of context. Kind of more I want, not quite. No, this is the well, when it's working, which hopefully it will be soon. You'll see. I'm just trying to fix the lighting on it because this is the bit this is the loading screen, and it's got some issues. Well, in theory, if I run the game now, in theory, it should work. This is the loading screens. This is what you see when it's generating or loading. Your CPU. Moncada, I mean, are you asking me why does FortressCraft use a lot of CPU time? The answer is because it is a well-written and well-optimized game. If you're asking why is FortressCraft so heavily threaded? Because I know how to optimize code. If you're saying why is it using a lot of CPU time? Because that's what games do. The goal of a game is to use 100% CPU and 100% GPU. If it's not doing that, you're wasting it. I mean, let's. Oh, come on! I need the meme. Oh man, come on! I paid for the whole speedometer. Yeah, I paid for the whole speedometer. I'm going to use the whole speedometer. Okay. This is why FortressCraft loses a lot of CPU time, because you paid for your CPU. I'm going to make sure it uses all of the CPU. So if you're ever playing a game and the frame rate, and the CPU is anything less than 100%, that game is not running as well as it could. That is a poorly optimized game. And it still blows my mind how many people say, your game is badly optimized. It uses all the CPU time. And I was like, that's the opposite of badly optimized. Assuming, of course, you're running at an unlimited frame rate. If you're at a capped frame rate, then the goal is as low as possible. Say your name. Phonicuck. Phonicuck. I've just worked out what your name is. If you did a YouTube thing, I don't get any notifications for that. But, hey Mike, how you doing? Don't ask me why the frame rate is doing a nothing. Now, I'd like to point out my problem last week was that it was generating the world so quickly there was no intro sequence. And this week, it's doing the exact opposite. So, do we have any issues? This is what I was working on last week, is just it's just loading the game up. And there was an issue last week, but I thought I fixed it. Yes, it's not generated any. That's twice now that Unity has just happened. I've been getting LLM AIs to run customer support for you. Oh, cool. I'm like, lulla, mate. I have been distracted a bit this morning because I've got ChatGPT Plus, which I use so much for work, and they've just added DALL-E to it, and I'm like, oh my god, it's good. It's really, really good. So I did do a bit of that this morning instead of real work. It does need cool blinky lights. I also need to know why it didn't load, but I'm also a bit curious why the frame rate is quite so arse there. But yeah, that's twice now that Unity has just died with, I don't know. Don't think it's the lights that I just added, but I'll turn off their shadows just in case, and it is not. But yeah, this is the intro sequence. This is it's covering up the generation, covering up the loading. Yeah, so it's done. We're ready to spawn. Have I failed to disable the intro sequence or something else equally dumb? Yeah, I mean, I have done tech support in my time. And quite often, when I was doing tech support, I'd sit there. I wouldn't even listen. I was just waiting for a keyword. I'd wait for them to say crash or red screen or blue icon and just let them waffle. Oh, are you having an orange icon, sir? Well, what we need to do is this, that, and the other. Like most tech support issues are one of, a few things. I'm a little disappointed, by the way, because this is what I spent last week fixing was... Oh... I think it might be because I forgot to... That's because the last thing I did was upload a build for Astro Trucks, so Steam isn't working. So if the last thing I did was upload a build for Astro Trucks, that means the next thing I need to do is to sign in with Steam. And oh my god, this is so annoying, by the way, because I have to do... Every time I upload a build to Steam, I need to do this the manual way, and then come back here and do it again. Every single time, again and again and again. So yeah, their two-factor is not designed for devs, and I'm really confused because if I worked in a company, am I supposed to hey, I need to upload a build, can I borrow the phone hooked up to my Steam account? Like, alright, let's see if that was the issue. It may not have been. Yeah, so it says ready to spawn immediately. Oh, okay. It was I wasn't connected to Steam. Awesome. I'm impressed how broken this is looking. See what I mean? This might be my fiddling of the day and night. Let's have a look. Sun. Yeah. Okay, so the sun... Wait, why is that disabled? Okay, let's... Did I have it disabled? No. So why did that disable itself? I hate this. So this is one of the problems with Unity's... Well, with Unity. At some point during that sequence, for some reason, the sun control script got disabled. I don't know why. No idea why. And I can't put a breakpoint on this. It just happened. So if I go back in, bang, it's immediately disabled. But I don't know why. Like, I don't want it to. Oh man, I'm going to work out what's doing that. Oh, okay. Because of this line of code. Sun control. Oh, it's because I hadn't bloody saved it. God damn it. So, hold on, there was an error in awake, which then disables the object. I didn't know Unity did that. What a terrible idea. I also love, by the way, I do stream to 2 places at once, and nearly all of you have given up on Twitch. I think Twitch is dying. I don't know anyone who still goes, Twitch is brilliant. Everyone sort of goes, yeah. You know, we have to use it sometimes, but yeah. Personally, I can't stand Twitch. It's just awful. Okay, now why aren't you working? Okay. Well, there's the world. For some reason, it's black. I sometimes measure how long it takes I have to break out the debugger for how well it's going. Not very well today. You're not supposed to dual stream. They specifically say not to. I do it on the basis. Bear in mind, I once had a 48-hour ban from Twitch. And as far as I can tell, because they wouldn't tell me why, as far as I can tell, it's because I accidentally forgot to press stop streaming. And I accidentally streamed my empty desktop for about 12 hours. And the next day I was banned. And I tried to get hold of them. They're like, oh, you violated the TNC. So I was like, what? So someone reported... Oh, gosh, quiet. I had 2,500 followers on Twitch. I didn't get them by streaming my fucking desktop, did I? Yeah, I think they're relaxing the rules because they know that they're screwed. Like, last week before I streamed, I had a look into Twitch again. I haven't streamed on Twitch in ages. I was like, oh, what's the bitrate been up to? It's still 6 kilobit. They still have not upped it in 12 years. It is incredible that it is still so very, very broken. Like, it's just so behind. The adverts are obnoxious. Steam's about to... I don't know. The adverts are horrendously bad. Yeah, see it go. When it's working, look at it go. It is. I've already done some huge performance boosts over FortressCraft, like a lot. The question is, right? Do we have an intro manager? No. Ah. Right, so if we have no intro manager, that means we're done. Or we have, right, no intro manager equals in-game. Right. That would be why. They weren't the only game in town. Not ever. Twitch are just the biggest one. or were the biggest one. I don't know if they still are, but Twitch has spent a lot of time doing everything apart from improving their video. You know, confetti and all the shit they've been adding. You know, all the stuff they've been adding, all of that. But what they haven't added is what they need to, which is better video. Okay. So now what's going on? So our current time of day is 1. Really? Right, okay, so the current time of day is being forced to 1, which is midday. Okay. I have a comment there that says 1 is midday. I know that's fine. So if we're between 0.25 sunrise, 0.75, but we're at 1, which is midday. Oh, I've got the wrong way around. Doesn't help. I'm also not sure why when I hit go on a world that already exists, it just says no cameras rendering for a moment. It's supposed to render the drop pod. Oh, the terrain gen's getting there. I mean, hopefully, I'll be able to show you the base in a minute. But I have a twofold game task today, one of which is to make the game playable and one of which is to fix the lighting a little bit. Okay, so now what? So now we're at midday. So why is the sun black? Okay, what's going on? It looks like it's sun control that's playing up, not survival day-night control. But I noticed I've still got that commented out. Current time of day is 1. Yep. We are a server. We're liping. We're lerping towards. Wait, what? Why is the sun angle -1? Sun angle should be. Oh, what the fuck? Current time of day is 1. So sun angle is. That means the sun angle ends up as -1. Okay, so. What the fuck? Again, this is one of those, I wrote this code, I don't know how long ago. I can't tell if Griffin Helix is being funny, and if he's being funny, I don't get it. I don't get it. So the sun angle is less than 1. Sun is in the air. Then we lerp between twilight and midnight. I think those are the wrong way around. So I rewrote this code to try and be less confusing. Apparently, I failed because this says -1 is midnight, and this says, oh, this says -1 is midnight. Which I put a comment here. Forced to Nitro during intro. Ah, right. I see. I see. YouTube. I see. I don't know either. You know. Now that's an interesting question. YouTube Premium sub for streamers. That's a really good question because I do stream and I'm a YouTube. Oh my God, Griffin, you and me, we're the two YouTube Premium people. If I am a YouTube streamer, how much of people's premium subscription do I get? Ignore my typing. I don't do all the typing. Does YouTube Premium pay streamers? Yes. It's not as much as the members thing though, because I've got YouTube Premium because quite frankly, fuck ads. And I also don't really agree with ad blockers. Like, I want the content, and just because I'm sulking going, well, I want the content, but I don't want to have to watch adverts or pay for it. Like, tough. I also want a Ferrari without paying for it. So I'm not entirely down with ad blockers. I think YouTube's adverts are, I won't say horrific because that doesn't leave a word for Twitch's adverts, but they are, they were more than I wanted. And I tried out YouTube Premium for I had like a month trial, and I'm like, oh, dude, this is the best. This is just brilliant. But channel membership is something else. You can become, so that's essentially Patreon, that's YouTube only. No one does that for me, I don't think. But if you're a YouTube Premium, now I'm going to have to open this up another window because I'm not too sure what information, but I'm going to have a look at that because that is actually really interesting. So I switch account to, no, I'll do it on this computer. I'm just going to have a look because in theory, if anyone has watched me on, oh God, info at objectivegames.net. All right, sending it to. But yeah, this is always fascinates me is how companies make money. Unfortunately, at the minute, companies have got all the bloody money, which is sad, but the way of things. Companies should have more money than governments. That's just not how it should work. Switch to existing Chrome profile. I don't know what any of that means, but sure. Right, so I now signed in to my YouTube up here, and if I go to YouTube Studio, I suppose. Earn. You're a YouTube partner. I am. What you're using, page ads, short feed ads, and supers. But so I don't have memberships. Oh God, I've got to complete my bloody tax information again. Now that's interesting. Now you've mentioned that because YouTube is listing me how much money I've made. I'll say how much money I've made, how much money I've not made via page ads, short feed ads, and supers, but not for people who watch it but don't have any ads. Premium members. I haven't set up memberships apparently, but that's because I have a Patreon. So if you want to support me, Patreon is a much better way of doing it. And I definitely have my Patreon to hand. And I definitely am not typing it in and spelling it wrong right now. But yeah, I really recommend if people want to support me. Patreon is that is the way to go. If nothing else, it's all in one place. I can manage it. It's really good. Apparently failing at my own computer. But that is a question. I mean, I will dig into it a bit more when I'm not on stream, because I'm actually curious to see if I've ever made any money off of that. Right. Okay. But yeah, thank you for pointing that out to me. I should do. I'm a programmer. I want to write program. That's all I do. I just write games. I have been forced into being a content creator, a streamer, and worrying about worrying about stuff and things. Worrying about keeping people happy and putting out content and rewards for patrons and all this. I'm just a programmer. I really am just a programmer. So I'm not very good at this stuff. I'm not. I didn't need to phrase it right, but I'm not very interested in doing that either. I just want to write games. I want to play games, write games, have people play my games. I don't want to have to say, "Hey guys, we're having a special event where we will do this, and there'll be T-shirts or something like that." So I'm very, very bad at that side of it. So I apologize. I'm terrible at updating my Patreon. I totally know I am. I am on Discord. If you are a Patreon, you get 100% instant access to me on Discord. Is YouTube back? Yeah, there goes Unity. That's 3 times today. Yeah, so you all have direct access to me. So if you have premium, you can subscribe to what? Explain. Hold on, let me go to my YouTube channel, which is not the same as Oh, so yes, I don't know if subscribed does anything particularly. The question, I don't know the answer to these things. I really don't. So, as I said, I'm really just a guy who likes programming. Really, really, really. And I am terrible at the other part of it. I know this, and I do apologise profusely. How much for shower access? Our van is just, bottle of wine and I'm yours. Unless you want to use my shower, in which case that's weird. So we should be at midnight. Yeah, subscribe to Zen was followed, but there's a step above that, which is memberships, which I've never done, but that is essentially Patreon, but only on YouTube. Which I've never thought about, because I don't feel I do enough YouTube content to warrant that. What I do is I write games. I think it's immediately died. I love this. This is my best bit, is the wording. If you think this could be down to Unity, well, it's not down to me, is it? Oh, right. But. What part of the reason I do this is to share with you guys writing games. So lots of people think lots of things about how games are written, and a lot of them are wrong. And what I try and do wherever I can is just to show you guys exactly how writing games actually is. So today, I've noticed every time it's Unity crashes, it's taking down Discord with it. I'm going to close Discord. Interesting. Yeah, part of writing games is quite boring and a lot of boring tedium. Like right now, what am I doing? I'm downloading a file. So yeah, this is my life. Quite a lot of time is just waiting for dialogue boxes to fill up. So I just part of the reason I do this, certainly for anybody who watched Indie Game the movie, is this is a realistic snapshot of what writing games is actually like. So I like to talk about the non-game side of stuff, about the developer side of working on games, and it's interesting often how wrong people's impression of what writing games is like. I've had people argue with me about this. It's like, dude, I've shipped so many games. I need to work it out. I've done probably how many million? I wonder if I've done 100 million copies of my games in total. A huge amount of games I've shipped in my time, and I still get people arguing with me, going, "Well, that's not how it works." I was like, "Well, come and watch my streams." So my stream now is my computer. My GPU has crashed 3 times. I really have better things to do than not be able to work, so I'm going to update my drivers, which hopefully doesn't break everything, but may break a few things because I'm also using NVIDIA Broadcast. So we'll see. But luckily, I am streaming from a different computer. So this is via a hardware capture system. So if it all goes wrong, you'll watch my computer rebuild. Yeah, it's Windows 11. Don't even. It updated overnight once, and I'm like, hold on. It's telling me that my keyframe interval 2 seconds. Warning, your keyframe interval is 1.153 seconds. It's also been a struggle to endlessly not click the GeForce Experience button. Yeah, but Griffin, my point is, I'm not a content creator. I am not a sparkling personality who goes, "Hey guys, we're going to go into this." I am a programmer in my heart who has ended up. Wow, really? That actually seems good value for money. I've ended up writing games. Sorry, I've ended up having to market my games and talk about them. I'm just trying to say, when I'm terrible at this, I am sorry. I do my best. Also, I noticed it says from £289. That appears to the enemy at £289, and that is quite a jump. So I'm running a 3080 Ti. I can't remember now. No, in fact, never. Well, I'm just running a 3080, but if I were to get a 3080 versus 4070 Ti, what am I actually getting? Because £28 faster. See, that's 28% faster for nearly £1,000. It's a lot of money. They're not even listing a 4080. Can I only get 4080s in bundles or something? Oh no, there we go, 4080. Oh, hello, cat. Oh god, she is an angel. I do love her. What's going on? What button is it? Alt? No. Oh, they've changed it. How do I? Oh, I see. It used to be shift is now. Why is it changing the? Oh, I see. What are you doing? She's just sticking her head around the corner of the curtain looking at me. Brilliant. I actually don't understand how to use this anymore. I used to be able to just clip by holding Control or Alt. Now neither of those are doing it. So I'm not melancholic. What are you talking about? No, a lot of people have not left the cult of Unity. A lot of people who didn't release any games of note may have. Godot is not a game engine. Godot is a toy, or Godot, whatever you want to call it. It is a toy. Do you know why I say this? Can I ship a game to the Xbox on it, or to Steam? Oh, I can do Steam. Oh, cool. Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, Oculus. It's a toy. It is for hobbyist developer. It is not for people writing games. There are two choices. It's Unity and Unreal. Both of them are, let's be nice and say, horrific in their own way. They all have their own issues. What do you mean I'm not a happy bouncy guy? That's not. I don't think that doesn't seem fair at all. I totally am. I'm a little sad you said that. I feel a bit melancholic now. Well, I'm not the train enthusiast. Trains are merely a tool. You were the one who like, take a photo of me in front of this train. Take a photo of me in front of this train. Take a photo of me in front of this train. That's how you sound, by the way. It doesn't matter. Godot does not. Is it about to crash again? See, this is a problem. I don't know how to fix this. It hasn't popped up the error message yet. You sound like a Cornish bloke. I'm not Cornish either. Dear God. Anyway, I am a happy person. Oh, Dora. She's definitely having a moment today. Well, Unity's crashed on me. But yeah, I saw so many people going on about the, let's say, controversy with Unity. Now, bear in mind, I've had Unity crash on me 4 times today. You know what I want? I want Unity to have more money. No, Unity has a lot of issues. Unreal has a lot of issues. I don't think any of them have the same issue. They're all different. But to say that one of them is good and one of them is bad, like, that just means you've only used one of them. And again, I've never shipped a Unity game that made 1 million sales. It would not affect me. And I am still one of the larger game developers out there. So I think I'm like in the top 500 of Steam game developers. And quite frankly, I barely make enough to live on most of the time. So the vast majority of game developers live below the poverty line. This is a sad fact, shall we say. But yeah, Mark Harlan, if you want to write games and have fun doing it, cool, excellent. I highly recommend this. I mean, I said this to you before. If you want to write games, awesome. Go write games. Do it. Write games, enjoy it, write brilliant things. If you're a professional like me, and by professional, I mean my rent only gets paid from my... why is it disabled? My rent only gets paid from my money that I earn. It's a very different state of affairs. And that's why I'm not interested in Godot or whatever. Right, so the moon is shining down and the sun is shining up. That's cool. The moon is... Oh, what? I wonder if there's a way to look at the... Now, how do I look at what the camera is doing? The render shadow maps. I love these. Like, what am I supposed to get from this? Name them. Which light is this? Like, it just doesn't say. It's so poor, Unity, sometimes. I can put it. If I turn the shadows off, I get some visuals. Just turn the shadows on, go away. So that leads me to believe the issue is something up there casting shadows. So I turn shadows off. Hey, look, we're working. Oh, this just crashed again. Oh my god. Yeah, Unreal. So this is the thing, Arvanis, when I talk about these. Unreal 5's glorious nanite photogrammetry stuff. That's not for computer games. That's for the movie industry. You're not going to see any computer games using that. I wish people would stop talking about it. Dora, what the hell? Get off the 3D printer. I'll turn it on. I will. She's been very weird today. Yeah. So, I don't know what to do at this point. This has now crashed on me several times. I'm not doing anything special. Well, I don't think I am. I don't know how to progress other than move to a new version of Unity and hope it's been fixed. It's not a brilliant plan. I mean, it's a plan, which is good, but I have to ship this game. I hate it. The thing I hate the most is when I have to solve technical issues. I don't want to solve technical issues. I just want to write the game. I don't want to have to worry about why this is working or this isn't working. I just want to write the game. And I can't. And unfortunately, nearly all of the games I've worked on have technical issues. I try so hard. Even Mothership Forever. Oh my god, so many technical issues with the physics. I keep meaning to make sure I only write games with no technical challenges in them, so I can just work on the game. And I just seem to be failing horribly at this. Moon intensity scaler. Turn that off and turn the... I'm not entirely sure this is working. Let's have a look. So what do we... Come on, Unity, stop that shit. Because the moon is currently 100,000. So that should probably mean that this is... Moon, it says 100,000, not 0.4. I don't mind solving technical issues if it's for fun. Again, I need to ship this game. How am I supposed to ship the game if Unity crashes every 15 minutes? And moonlight. Ah, see, that's the light. I don't think I can use that. I think I have to use... I think I now have to use that dot... It's set intensity. I think. But what am I doing here? Actually, this might not be working either. No. Okay, yeah, that... Well, let's have a look. That might be what... That's not causing the crash. So I'd like to point out, I am on the latest version of Unity 2023, and it's November. It should be singing by this point. The point was I was going to... That's kind of... I mean, it's... For some reason all the lights are off, but I can't have everything. Wow, I completely broke the lighting. I'm going to have to do this again from scratch. So the lighting I had beautiful last week. Oh. It's not using that again, is it? Yes, it's kind of more what it was looking like last week. But if I now go outside... So I would like to reduce the exposure because it's completely mental right now. Yeah, that looks so cool. I'm so happy with that. Like, here we go. I mean, I've honest. Bear in mind, I haven't finished porting it to new engine. So we are now running in a much newer version of Unity. And as you can see, we've got screen space reflections, volumetric fog, light cookies. We are planning to be heads and shoulders. I think the main thing is, and you're going to have to wait for that to finish scanning, is we've got a map, an actual map of the level. They're the 4 overminds, they're the 4 hive minds. Yeah, there you go. Look. What this won't do, this actually won't show you anything until you are until it's done, but it's busy generating the world. Mostly what I've done is I've planned, and that's really important. But lighting, why is the jump not working? Oh yeah, because that's done wrong. Why am I jumping up? Wrong game. The lighting is proving very difficult to get right. Where's the long distance landscape? Is it F11? 10? Yeah, there we go. So I also plan to have draw distance out, say, to the horizon. So we are planning, or I'm planning on having it so you can see a long way. But I have to wait for the road to generate, obviously. So if I should turn the draw distance down to minimum. How good that doesn't do anything. Wow. One of the things I'm suffering from personally on this is choice paralysis. There is so much to be done on this game. It is so much before we're working. I have to rewrite so many things, get so much sorted. So, and it's just me doing it. So lots to do. I'm also going to need to detect these at some point. Yeah, so all the lighting is got even worse. So that's actually impressive that I've actually made the lighting. In fact, there's no shadows at all. Oh, there's some shadows. I don't know why the moon is purple. We can come back to that in the future. So here comes the sun. The sun is not casting any shadows. Okay, at least that's a new bug. The sun is supposed to be casting shadows. Okay, what have I done wrong? So what's the current time? What's the current time of day? For God's sake, Unity. Oh, why is the sun angle? How is the time of day moving, but the sun angle is stuck at 1? Time of day? Oh, so many bugs. So much to think about. Oh, it's called inspector time of day. Okay. I'll get there. I will. It's just... Again, this is why I do these streams, just to let you guys know I am picking away at everything. Yeah, I like the light inside the building, which is why I'm concerned that it's not working like it was last week. Why is it black? But I guess the thing I need to remember is every week it's a little bit better than it was last week. Yeah, it's the moon going down. Sun is not coming up. Okay, what have I done? What have I done now? Oh. Oh, of course, it's in sun control. Oh, why is the... Okay, so here we have the moon time. There's probably a better word for that. So that actually looks all right. And then sun comes up. Well, it's bloody not, is it? Yeah, I'm having to mess around with the exposure and I don't like that. So is it too bright? Is it too dim? Oh my god. See, this is the thing. Sometimes it just feels I just feel despair. Like, how do I fix this? What is going on here? Like, how do I even begin to solve these things? And that's just disheartening. Why is the sky black? I'm not talking about the sky being black or the fog. I'm gonna go inside. Is there a lux meter of some sort? That'd be very handy. Rendering debugger. It might have. Oh, a thing that does nothing. Ah, there we go. I've been struggling with lighting, you see, my whole time. Like ever since HDRP came along and proper lighting, I have struggled immensely. I know the look I want, and that means I need to then deal with irrelevant and unrealistic light values. So I want this. Why? Does this not do anything? Like. Why are we using default settings profile? Okay, we're only using that. Cool. But if I turn the exposure down to where I want it, which I now notice isn't working again. Oh my word. I think Unity's well, not working sometimes. Why is this not doing anything? Like, this should be doing something here. Oh, it is. But is it so? If I put that down by 6. Don't get me wrong, when it works, this is going to look cool, but trying to make it work is tricky. So what I really want is a fixed exposure, maybe with a bit of variance. But yeah, something like that. That looks about. Oh dear, that looks about right. So let me bring that down to 7, which I am actually happy with because 14 is insane. And as soon as Unity finishes, it doesn't help that I've been playing Doom Eternal and Warcraft, and these games are so polished. I need to play some broken, unpolished games. Every game's written in Unity. Died, isn't it? So this is, I've mentioned this before. I would like Unity to pick 10 developers, let's say over a couple of months or a variable amount of time. 10 developers, 5 big, 5 small, and work with them. Like if I had a Unity developer on the stream right now and his job was just to solve as much for me as he could, he'd be there going, oh, it really is crashing a lot. Oh, no, we need to look at this because this is annoying. And if I had 100 people working for me, then each of them would be losing a whole ton of time constantly. Right, so 7 on that one. Well, Unity, I don't think has any clue about. I know they don't. I know that. There's no. I don't think that. Why do I know this? So I worked with that one guy. He goes, "Hey, I'm a beginning worker on Unity. I'm here to try and improve some of the error messages that come to you guys. If you have any error messages from Unity, let me know." And I was like, "Oh my god!" And I literally just tweeted. I didn't even make one up. I didn't look for one chap, and I go, it was something like, "Mesh has no normals," or "Mesh normals corrupted." And I said to him, let's see how many is in FortressCraft. It's not my biggest project. So in FortressCraft is, please hold. In FortressCraft, we have 4,000 meshes. I'm like, one of them has got an issue. And he's like, oh. And I tweeted this guy about 10 times over a 2-week period before he stopped responding. I have a funny feeling I wasn't the only person. And he's like, oh my god, it's so broken. So I'm guessing that's what's happened. That's my guess. I don't know for a fact. But he just sort of stopped responding. I think in a kind of a, oh dear god way. But that would be my solution, is that they would work with a team and make things better for that person. Because I don't know who they're working for right now, but it sure as hell ain't me. So here's the issue. When I turn the exposure down, now what happens, it's the reflection maps that is... do I have a reflection map? I do not. Should I have a reflection map? Oh, remember that thing I had the other week with the lighting completely broken? This... Did we... Oh, man, I had this last week. Did we solve it? I don't think we did. Yeah, I think I said I was just going to come back to it because I can't currently use reflection probes at all, which is a bit of an issue, really, because the renderer is broken. Hold on. Didn't I then say, hold on, what version of this am I? I'm beginning to remember what happened last week now, because I'm on HDRP 15, which was released in June, and I go to the changelog. I can see that I could be on 17. And let me just go back to my Trello. I have a funny feeling. Oh, hold on. Project games to do. I can't remember which one it's in. Where is it? Huh. I'm a little bit puzzled with where my to-do list has gone. Didn't I link it at the end of the last? Huh? Where'd Discord go? Discord. Thank you. I linked it in the Patreon channel, I think. Yeah. There it is. Oh yeah, HDRP 17. Yeah, I will also link this. So for those of you who are interested in what's going on, all these things. So to roll all the way back my thought process, that's why I have the exposure set very high, because otherwise, see, as I put the exposure, as I put the exposure up, it gets darker, which is fine. So, but then the universe is a fixed level of brightness. So as I turn on the lights, well, they're too bright to see now because everything's just too bright. So if I turn the brightness down, what you'll notice is those lights are now drowning out the blue. But if I turn the lights off, it's very dark. Although honestly, I'll be back to 12. See, we were at 7, which means the lights are too bright. But as I turn the lights down in brightness, now the fact that we have the world's reflections. Now I'd solve this with the reflection probe, but I can't because they've broken the reflection probe stuff. Oh my word. However, that's not looking a million miles away from what I want. I'll fix the moon in a moment. I think I need to work out why the sun... It's also what you can't... Hopefully you can't hear it because I've got NVIDIA Broadcast, but oh my god, does my PC output some heat. That's something I do need to chat about long term. Since I started working on FortressCraft Phoenix, my electricity bill has far more than doubled, and that's the second biggest cost of writing the game. And my PC is a lot faster than it was when I started writing FortressCraft, but it uses a lot more energy, and with the price of energy is insane. But so although effectively the cost of developing the game is doubling, I'm not going to charge any more for it, and that's a worrying state of affairs when that happens. And it's something I don't think a lot of indie devs have talked about, because people don't like talking about the money. And FortressCraft is a game. It's weird. It is. But it's difficult to talk about because even me as a game developer, I like really cheap games with great value for money. And even though the games that I love the most are ones that look the shittiest, I know. Like Mindustry, I've put so many hours into Mindustry, and yet it looks so awful. I kind of wish I hadn't. I love it. I play it for loads. But yeah, it's one of it's very, very difficult. Like, the pricing of games is really very tricky and interesting. It really is fascinating. So sun control, current time of day is 0.4, which is I think I may have had this the right way around after all, you know. No, hold on, they're not inverted. Screw it. Public or sun is up. Is that right? No. Sun angle. That doesn't make any sense. I always struggle with the lighting system. I really, really, really do. Because it's a 4-part system. Sunrise to midday, midday to sunset, sunset to midnight, midnight back to sunrise. Um, but the sun angle being greater than 1 means the sun's in the air. But if it's less than 0, I mean, unless I've really misunderstood my own code, this looks like it will lerp the sun after midnight. Yeah, this is bollocks, because really the sun more or less needs to disappear at sunset, which I know is incorrect. Yeah, so it's weird. My point is, and as it died again, it saddens me to say this, but my point is that it the amount of money you'll pay for a game is nearly always directly linked to how good it looks, not how many hours you get from it. And I wish that wasn't true, but it is. I love Mindustry. I've put in. Let's have a look. Mindustry is brilliant. I mean, if you've not played Mindustry and you like FortressCraft, go play it. It's better than FortressCraft. I have put 319 hours into Mindustry. Yet would I pay 50 quid for it? No. Doesn't make any sense. What? Why wouldn't I? But I know I wouldn't. Whereas if it looked as good as Doom Eternal, I probably would. Why type in Doom then? You will buy more based on how you enjoyed it. No, you won't, because how much you enjoyed it is retroactive, not proactive. No one would pay £5 for Mindustry and then go, what a brilliant game, here's 50 quid, well, almost, and then here's 50 quid more. Whereas that is what should happen in some way, shape, or form. Otherwise, you end up with these games like Dungeon Warfare 2, which came out. I spent so much time on Dungeon Warfare 2, and the same as Mindustry. You know its biggest problem? It looks like utter shit. That's its problem. Unfortunately. I can't I've still got achievements to unlock in it. Seriously? But yeah, this is the what I am learning, unfortunately, is that people will buy your game based on how it looks, but they'll keep playing it based on how it plays. This game is great. This game is absolutely amazing. And if they ever do a sequel, I'm all over it, because the game looks like crap. I kind of hope that they will do a sequel. Probably not, because it's been 4 years. I also need to remember that some weeks I'll make great progress, and some weeks I won't. And why is that not making any difference? Yeah, I mean, everyone says, oh, gameplay is important, but bollocks is it? If gameplay was important, the most important thing, games would look like shit, because all the money would go into the gameplay. It is not true. I wish it was. It's not true. And I will fight anyone over that one. because then I'll just go, you know, Minecraft is the exception, and it has its own sort of beauty anyway. But other than that, it's just not true. It's just simply not. Again, wish it was. But people put all their money on shinies, and this is my one of my goals about FortressCraft Phoenix is to not make it look like FortressCraft wherever I can, to make it look better as wherever I can. I don't know where Dora is, by the way, I can't see her at all. Looking good and not being any good is a thing for refunds, absolutely. But there's no difference between a refund and a game you never bought. Oh, we have had some time to... Let's see if the map's done yet. Yeah. Not... Huh. Why is that... Not... Oh, fuck's sake, Spy. Are you serious? Are you serious? I have a landscape as the size of the Milky Way, and you decide to walk in the only bit I care about. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why, that is not doing the height modification properly. But there's the actual landscape. I also don't know why it's kind of a blue colour. No, in the mobile market, it's marketing. And marketing requires money. It's something I've chatted about before, but bear in mind I do this for a living. This isn't just me going, oh, I feel that. This is a subject I have followed and investigated for my entire life. This is the thing on which I am an expert. I noticed that is not reflecting that. It's a shame. That looks cool though. Doesn't that look cool? It's very cool. Lots of shit looks cool here. But that looks so cool right here. So where the hell are my shadows? So we have no shadow. It is arguing with me. About midday because the moon is about negative. Huh. Wait a moment. What the hell? Why is that moving? Oh. What's this box? Right, I'm beginning to know that I may have copy-pasted code between two things and then argued with them. Right. So let's get rid of that. Rotation is done on the survival. I can't tell it, sir. survival day night control. Let me have a check something. HDRP multiple directional lights. You can't have more than one. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to take away from this. Use a box light. I thought it was 10,000 hours. I'm beyond that in programming, but my issue isn't programming. My issue is Unity. That is it's a constant fight. But that's not the issue. But that's not helping. I'm tempted to add an enum in. Well, the idea was to rewrite this and get it right, and then just leave it. "73 references to the time of day." But yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm not entirely happy with any of it, but I'm really confused at this not working. Let's enable the debugger, see what we can find out. Yeah, I might put in an enum that just has sun rising, sun setting, moon rising, moon setting. Right. So what are we at now? Let's have a look. This is my problem. Sun control time of day is 0.16. So this is... So we're currently at night. Awesome. And then we're about to switch to day. But why aren't we at day? Oh. I love the way none of you picked this out. How can this number be less than 0.25 and greater than 0.75? Or... And that might even still be the wrong way around. Yeah. If it's greater than 0... Alright, yeah, there we go. It could be between those two. You all fail. I was testing you, and you fail. I will make a note though, because that is an interesting thought. Shadow casting box lights for extraplanetary bodies. Oh, let's wait this time. Hey! I don't have broken jumping, so I can no longer jump up something. So that's impressive. But not too worried about that right now. What I did want to work out is why it's in the game not playable. So find copper and tin. Let's do that. I want to make the game playable. Maybe not sensibly playable, but playable. Yes, I know you can walk through walls. Don't care. Because the patrons are like, I want to play it. I'm like, it's not really playable. That's not how I would describe it. But working. But right now, the only way you could play this game is if you absolutely know it inside and out. Now I should be able to scan for... Oh. What are you? It's so broken. So many things, so broken. I think what is not working currently is we've got an ore processor, but I don't think there's any way to give it power. So I think what I need is a base battery. So a battery you can't dig up, but just constantly taps a small amount of power from the base. Or this particular smelter has unlimited power, but probably not. So I'm moving away from some of the... What the fuck is going on there? Why is it glowing? Oh. Oh. Come back to that. I'm moving away from the beginning part of FortressCraft is not as satisfying as it could be. You have such a teeny tiny nothing going on, and I want to make it more. more bigger and more fun. Like to skip the first 2 hours of a FortressCraft world where you're just desperately like, I don't have any power, don't know what's going on, all of that stuff. Some copper. What's that? Oh. I'll fix the thing in a minute. I'm probably not going to go for too much longer. As I said, I have been programming for 40 years or so. I am still struggling on this project. There is so much to do. It is genuinely difficult to not get utterly overwhelmed with the unbelievable amount of stuff that's broken. Stuff that's broken, which is fine. I'm okay with that. A lot of these streams are just me getting back into the saddle, shall I say? But yeah, it's issues like that I don't want to see, like issues in the. Coal. Okay. What's that? Yes, I'm not too worried about that first bit where you're desperately trying to get any power together at all. So your base will have unlimited power, but only at a very limited rate. It might have like a beam coming up, so it's not even the base's power, it's just a little bit. No, I don't know why you'd have a base in the future and barely enough to run the lights, but you know. Maybe that's it. Maybe you can run the HVAC or the... This better be tin after this. I'm not even sure the bump maps are working right now. In fact, I'm pretty sure they're not. But your goal is to get it playable, and then what I can do is I can just play it. And whatever it comes to me is the most broken is then the thing that I fix. Which is kind of what I'm doing today. But lots of FortressCraft players never got to the good bits, so I want to make sure that they can get to the good bits. By not having to worry about that very first part of the game's power. I mean, I can already mock this up just by putting in a... God, this better be tin. Yeah. It's the world's worst. 10 deep am I? 20 meters, so. At the minute, I just want to play it without cheating and see how it's going. Yeah, tech, but it's so broken right now. I struggle to know what to do. So top right messages will disappear, and you'll have a read here. All you'll have is established. So we are chapter based. To a degree. So now we're on establishment. Don't know why the ore extractors are not in my inventory. don't remember where they were now. But yeah, without cheating, I think I am... Oh no, I guess I can. Oh yeah. With the new extractors. No cutter found. See, these might be too complicated. So I may be re-implementing basic extractors. Because now you don't just place an ore extractor. You place 3 things. And they look cool as well, assuming they work. We'll see if they work. But I may need to... oh man. Mining. Motor. Cut ahead. Oh. Well, that's not working, is it? I can't shoot things either. Yeah. Ore extractors are now multi-part machines. There we go. Just wanted to make sure it is playable. Oh yeah, but I mean, I might have to add in the basic ones because I think this is a bit complicated for a brand new player to have to be able to do. So I have to cheat to get these, so let's make some notes. Give player basic motor cutter X2 after completing tin plus copper scans. Now, why is there a conveyor belt there? Oh, conveyor belts are totally broken now. Don't know why there's conveyor belts there. But this is playable. I haven't cheated yet. Hey Max, how you doing, man? I'm not really paying attention. I'm just listening to music in the background. It's just played a song by Chumbawamba. Do you know Chumbawamba did more than one song? I know. TIL. The other song they did was called The Good Ship. Well, they may have done others, but The Good Ship Lifestyle. But yeah, I've got notes towards what to fix. As I said, I have been streaming for quite some hours now. But I think we're better than we were when I started. So that's a start. Right, so cut ahead, extractor, motor. I keep trying to open this part, so I need to remember this. So sometimes what is the most obvious thing to do? That's what I should change the game to do. But yeah, I bet you the lighting is utter. Actually, I'm not sure if we've got any lighting at all at the minute. But the game is working for a given value of working. How's that? Yeah. Frame rate is utterly awful there. I mean, you can't see how many streaming at 30, but frame rate is just dire. Oh, that reminds me. When is the Power Wash DLC out? Is it November 16th? It's a while away. I'm so looking forward to the Warhammer stuff. Back to the Future a bit, but Warhammer more so. What have I got going on here? I really don't know what this is about. So we are going to need some, basically a built-in method for the base to give power. How much work goes into the issues? Because 7? I'm not sure how you'd have to answer the question. Thousands of hours? I mean, FortressCraft has insane performance. You know, I worked my arse off over a great deal of months and years to make FortressCraft run as well as it did. All that happens when I do that I make the game 3 times as fast, people build 4 times as many objects, you know. It's people for you. What's it complaining about now? Oh, build a room. Okay. Oh, God. I can't remember how you even do that. Yeah, rooms are going to be much more important this time. Yeah, the other Insta Builder room. There we go. How do I document my development plans? It's on the Trello. And Patreons have access to various documents, various design documents, none of which I can remember what they're called or where they are. They're in my Google Drive somewhere. Yeah, so we've got the new Phoenix progression system. Lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff there. And then we have the Phoenix itself and a higher level sort of a thing. So yeah. All accessible to Patreons. Become a Patreon, etc. Yeah, it's huge, and that's terrifying because there's so much to do. There's so much work to do. How are we? How are we displaying that message? I also should probably move all of this out of Arthur Pep anyway. But it's working out what chapter we're in, so that's cool. I just don't know how. I've really no idea how it's worked that out. Oh, but I couldn't. Because that's working correctly. It's correctly saying that we're in chapter 3. I just can't work out where that's happening because I want to just add in the next bit and then that will probably call that done. I don't think anyone ever realised how much work the mission system really was. It was just crazy, crazy amounts of work. Just to get so people know what's going on. Right. Watch the video tutorial. Wait, what do you mean watch the video tutorials? I definitely did that. Okay, I didn't, but where is this coming from? We've created a mission. Unfortunately, there are. I love that 99 plus references. Right, just right. Okay, so we hold on to a base status mission. Oh, okay. Oh, looks like I've actually been quite organised. I just forgot. Stop that running before it crashes. Mm. The PowerCore is active. Chapter manager instance current chapter. Oh man, I totally didn't recall writing that, but look at me being all organised. Mission manager. So missions won't be displayed on screen. You'll have to go back to the base to look at them because people bitched about me trying to, you know, help them. So I won't be doing that again. Right, so if we haven't done copper or tin, so copper plus tin are done. Okay, so the player has a basic base set up now. I'm going to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what that's predicated off, but we'll check that in a moment. Okay, so switch. Switch chapter manager dot instance of current chapter. What currently happens is I worked out roughly at what point I expected you to have achieved something, and if you haven't achieved it by then, going, oi. Oh, I don't actually display the. I'll come back to that. Zebra will tell me off if I don't do it properly. keep that as important for now. Is that string looked up? No. How do I look it up? Like that. It's been a while. It's been a long time since I looked at any of this code. But yeah, I really feel the mission system is so good. And I'm amazed how many people hated it, because if you don't know what to do, you literally do what it tells you and you will complete the whole game. You never need to ask a question, just do what it tells you. If you don't care what it does, then just go for it. Just like literally ignore it. Do whatever you like. Okay, it doesn't care. People are like, oh, the game's complaining. I'm like, yeah, right, but you don't have to listen to it. You can just say, I'm not doing that. So I thought the mission system was a really good idea, because it stopped anyone getting stuck and did it in an unobtrusive way. But loads of people said they didn't know what was going on, and loads of people said that it told them what to do too much. So, can't bloody win. Right. Until I get the actual research entry. So in theory, no, if I go back in, I've no idea when loading it stopped the intro playing, because that should play every time, but hey. What? What are you talking about? Why are we still in this chapter? Oh, right, okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. Well, sort of. I was expecting to see. Okay, our current chapter is. Oh. Wrong one. Booger. Yeah, Korhak, I did have that button, and then people would press it and still complain. But now it will just say to you, there's critical information back at base. Why not go and check? All right, then I will. Well, they won't. They'll still complain, but that's people for you. Okay, explore the surface builder room. Cool. Guess that makes sense. Please automate your extractors. Really? Wait. How is it telling me to... I need to work out what they predicate off. La 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 la. Looks great, don't you talking about? Oh, right, it's not well, it's not automated. I guess it's actually fair. No, I don't know why there's invisible things all over the shop. As I said, this game is a long way from production ready. A long way. But I do like to get people in at the ground floor where possible. Right, now I wanted to craft some slopes.
Crafting.
So, slopes up walls are going because no one could understand it. No one could, like... For everyone that likes these insane conveyor spaghetti, there were many more people just going, I don't know how to play this game. I don't know what's going on. So they are going, I'm afraid. So if you're a big fan of them, tough. There'll be a mod to put it back in. A lot of the times when I change something, I don't think about the existing player base as much as I think about if you were playing this game for the very first time ever, would you go, oh, I think I might see why. I mean, these are all the wrong direction. You're not allowed to build on there. But I'm more worried about if somebody's new to the game, what would be the best experience for that new player, not I've played this game for 1,000 hours, therefore I completely understand it. What do I think? Because what you think is not what a new player thinks. And new players are the ones that are going to refund the game. Oh man, I forgot how good this is. It's been ages since I've played it because it's just been so broken. So now I'm here like, oh cool, now I'm just want to sort that out. If your systems for a certain resource go down, it will give me a task that only vaguely hints at it. I'm not sure I quite understand, sorry. I mean, bear in mind, it's doing its best. It doesn't know. And I want a...
Crafting.
I mean, it shouldn't display anything already completed anyway, so that should never happen. I don't quite understand how I've managed. If I delete, does it come back? Yeah, so they need to be fixed. I think the idea was I set up a basic thing and you just sort of hooked into it, but I balls it up. Oh, sort of balls it up. So that's working. But I don't think I can place anything there. No, I can't. But as I need specifics. I don't know what you mean. And like I said, the mission system is one that I developed when I was like, what should happen next? And I think it was pretty good. Wasn't I'm going to leave you with a frozen screen. And I'm going to go get a drink. I think I'm about the end of it anyway. It's not perfect. It is definitely better. I might switch to DX12 for Unity. But we have definitely made progress. I feel the lighting is not utterly shafted now. That's a good start. Well, apart from nighttime. So I'm just going to go and grab a drink and see if it comes back. Don't think it will. And then we will see what happens then. So just enjoy a blurry screen. I do notice, like, it's kind of working. It's locked my mouse cursor. So yeah, back in a sec. Just looking at my energy graph, the amount of energy my PC uses is insane. And obviously it turns it all into heat. Obs. But I'm wondering if I should point my computer at my feet so the hot air is just blowing at me. Yeah, I just wanted to see if it came back, but it didn't come back. But yeah, I will probably finish in about 10 minutes. But what I should do is fix the conveyor corner, right? Where am I spawning these? Oh. Okay. Did I put any comments? No, because these are wrong. Okay, tell you what, let me delete my world. So I'm not messing around with things. Make sure that it works. But yeah, I think I'm not far off this being playable. The next step will be to add a base power, or maybe there's like ultra low power LPTs just coming out of the base. I don't know. I haven't quite thought out the what yet. And so this is a fresh world, so now I actually will sit through the intro sequence, which is not starting soon enough. So I've still got some work to do there. I definitely need more things to read here. So the base is generating 90. So at the beginning of the game, the base building overloads the build system, and I do need to fix that a bit. Although last time this happened it happened so quickly. Actually, I think what happened last time is it sort of happened quickly, but mostly what happened is it let me into the world before it was done. Although this does seem to be enormously long. Oh, it hasn't generated anything yet. Okay. Basically, I don't see at the bottom of the screen there. It's down to 92. Order block 6. What's that about? But there's definitely a bug somewhere because I haven't. I'm not doing that many builds. I don't think I'm doing 4,096 builds in total. Its maximum size. Q, order block 6. It's always order block 6. Yes, that's definitely broken, which is a shame because I'm pretty sure that's what I fixed last week. But this is my goal, is to get the game to a solid and working state. Graphically broken, but playable in some definition of playable. But yeah, I guess I mean something's died on me there. I hate having to delve into the engine. Like here, for some reason, we had 1,176 air builds waiting. So we had, yeah, sanity check. So I do have a bug here, which I will almost definitely fix. I wonder, creation request for... Yeah, because I've got comments down here. Who's calling this attempt get segment? Who's calling this machine? Oh, great. Machine entity. Brilliant. Which machine entity? So busy hammering the system, it's not quite a thing. Hey, Profit Zero. Oh my god. Again, Unity. I also like sharing my pain with you guys because it's nice. It's nice to share pain. But again, a lot of you guys are Patreons, and that is massively appreciated. I don't want you to think I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs, having an easy life or anything like that. So I like you guys to understand that I am suffering. I'm suffering. I'm going to switch to DX12 and see what happens. I would like to run DX12 because DX11 has crashed on me about 6 times today. But yeah, because I have lockable queues and lockable ring buffers, interrogating it takes a bit of time, and it means that you have to lock it to see whether or not you can interrogate it, which might be part of this initial issue. So I don't know why the frame rate is utterly awful here, but I will fix all these things. Don't worry, you know I will. By this point, it should be done. Get add tab. Right, good. Now it's not rendering those views. To run a game at 60 frames a second means that in editor, I need to have a computer capable of running a game at 200 frames a second, which is why I've got a good computer. Because writing games is much harder than playing them. See, this is interesting. Hold on a minute. Not sure why we're doing these. Do we need to have a drop pod and intro frustum at all? Bear in mind, when this works, it goes in like bang, straight through, like 1, 2, 3, done. But it looks like I'm creating 3 frustums. I don't know why. I then Clear. Okay, clear up queue. Cleanup. Is that just a specific cleanup queue? We suddenly add 15,000 segments to clean up. Then it's 17,000. And then we populate a bunch more for the player frustum. We get a base frustum, a drop-off frustum, an intro frustum, and a player frustum. And I'm not sure why we've got 4. And it's repeatedly populating this. Why? Why? What are you doing? Why are you repeatedly populating this? Manage frustums. I'm wondering if this call is re-entrant. It shouldn't be. I very, very rarely do re-entrant stuff because it's terrifyingly dangerous. Oh, thank you, Prophet Zero. Sorry, deep in coding here. Because this updates that, but we are somehow calling that and then why are we? Because the frustrum's active goes no. This runs over every frustum. If it's null or it's not active, continue. If it's got do shift, we do the shift there. Else we just populate it. What? It populate. Oh, I see. Right. Okay. Okay. I wonder if there's a way to tell ones we've already done. Poorly written dialogue messages on my part. That's okay. We are proceeding to work. Do some work. It's terrifying that we've got this big cleanup queue. And then for some reason, it panics. That's okay. Then we do that. To be fair, we should know that. Anyway, we then start to populate the intro frustum. Then we have the CPH doing it. And then the CPH doing it. And our cleanup queue is still insanity. And then when now we've located the base. Okay, yeah. Now this is a bit that's confusing me. Is we start to generate the base, and then immediately I'm like, oh, creation request is full. Like, really? What can I find out from this? Oh, what are you? Ah, you're a queue. Oh, can I not query into the queue? No. Okay, let's just do next item in queue is peak. We shouldn't have asked for this many segments to be created, or possibly this is fine. Oh, what's it called? Something default offset. World script. I'm just out of curiosity. Are you guys interested in me doing? I like dev streams to the other things because I'm working on like 3 games at the minute. I always do on different days of the week. Is there anyone interested in the rest? Because I've got a VR game which I can't do, but Astro Trucks is definitely coming along nicely. I never know because I said people are like, "Hey, we want to watch you play games," and I did that, and no one actually cared. So yeah. Yeah, not you. Normal people. As I said, I'm not really a content creator. I am a bloke who writes games who ended up doing it. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've got 3 games on the go. I usually do. And it's very like my FortressCraft work is very, very different to Mothership Forever, which is very, very different to Astro Trucks. So Astro Trucks is all about fiddling with the world and, you know, building scenes. This is all about code. Mothership Forever, again, because it's 2D, is very, very different. So I'm curious whether or not this queue is being serviced or not. Where are you? This is update base build. You know what? I'm gonna start this at 1. Yeah, so next item in the queue is, it's not processing the queue. Why not? Ah, because we're managing the frustums. I hate stopping before I fix the bug. Hate it. Oh my god. I love that I'm not doing the name of that. Do I not have a name? Oh, I mean, to be fair, I am dealing with a code base that's some 10 years old. That this is the tidy up that happens. You know, it does happen. Sometimes you just need to just do a whole bunch of tidying up of your code base, and this is this worked. This has always worked, but now I come back to it after a couple of years. I'm like, I don't know how it's working, why it's working. I need to improve the messaging, which is fine. Like I said, my other projects, well, they have different technical issues, I guess, but FortressCraft is, I'm really struggling with the lighting. That's my personal biggest bugbear. Unity can be as realistic as it likes. That just doesn't help me. Right, so we now have names for those. That really help. So what's happening is we have a creation request queue, which is full. I love that it's like, you must use the override keyword, but it works fine. Right, so if I just run it so it's broken and then jam a breakpoint in when we DQ, I think I might know what's happening. And I think it's that we are jammed up here. We'll see. But I nearly always end up with it slightly better than it was. It's very rare, ends up slightly worse. I did say stop 20 minutes ago, and I'm beginning to get hungry now. Right, so this is in the broken state. I mean, it does work. I just have to sort of kill it and restart it. Oh, are we actually in a crash? Well, that'll do it. Ah. Wait, what? I said... Hold on. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So between here and here, it dealt with all 250 of them. Because I went, creation request is full here. And then I went, all right then, get one. And it goes, there aren't any, and then crashed. Why is it a valid operation? Just return nothing. Well, that's okay. I don't need to worry about that. This is the thing with locked queues. If I continually query what's in them, that can stop real work happening. And that might be what's happening here. I hope so, because that'd be quite cool to fix. Yes, here we go. It is slowly making progress, but it should be making quick progress. But it's no longer complaining about the request queue. So let's just shove a breakpoint in a bit where we DQ. Oh. No, we're not gonna. We're not hitting that. Not like that. Oh, I know. Ugh. Thanks, Unity. I forgot it crashed. You see. I just feel I should aim lower. I wish I was doing a game like Mindustry or Factorio where none of this applies. It's just so freaking basic compared to what I'm doing. Not getting any errors. I'm just getting warning. I've got lots of outside. So I've got lots of. Oh, are they not processed while I'm paused? Right, they're not processed while I'm. Yes, that's okay. We have a number of builds. Note, this is probably okay as it's all the builds queued up in the last tick. Yeah, here we go. We have a whole bunch of outstanding orders that we're failing to. Oh, it's high. Can I get close that sec? There we go. So I have all these orders. I have a funny feeling I might know what it is. So we only generate a certain area around the base right now. I have a funny feeling I may have requested a slightly smaller area around the base than I should have. Just one too small, because it's the same one. Segment of the largest Z. And it's never... Oh, no, wait, hold on, no. Offset at 58. It is progressing. I know, about 57. But if I try and build from entity... Okay, build command. Oh, that's the build type, that's not what I meant. It's already got 969 build orders in it. Aha. Right, why are we not processing? So we've definitely got some outstanding build orders, but we're definitely not processing them. Right, so we've got our sanity check, which I think is going like that. Yep. No. Yes. We have 248 outstanding builds. I bet you they're all on the same spot as well. Right, so we failed to find any segments with work. Okay. We have no dirty segment. Well, that's obviously raw. I don't think there's a bug down here, though. Which segment is derpy? 0 minus 1648. Anyway, I think you're all masochists. No offense, all of you, everyone watching. I have no idea what is wrong with you. Like, this is just watching a man suffer now. Okay, 0 minus 16. 0 minus 1648. Oh, it's not in the... Oh, because it could be in the flip. Okay. 0 minus 16... It's not in the... When I say select dirty segments, with 4... I kind of can't believe there's this code down here. It just doesn't make any sense. Because this is far too basic in the code to have any issues in it. But we should be in the base frustum, I think. Drop pod frustum, intro. So we are going over all of the frustums. Drop pod, intro, player, base. Drop pod, intro, player, base. Just out of curiosity, what is the maximum radii? 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 Ah. Hold on, where do we... Again, it's been so long since I've looked at this code. So we have no work to do there. So therefore we should then start on the... So none of them have got... right, okay, so here's the issue. I have no dirty machines, I have no dirty segments, even though I have ones with outstanding build orders. So... No, I'm going to put a quick check because I think now I'm to the point where I need to think about this. If ma blocks i.mowner.mbdirty equals false, debug.log warning, possible issue, orders found for segment ma blocks i.mowner. But it wasn't marked as dirty. Well, there was a way in a segment to... That's a public string get name. I'm sure there was a way to get more information out of it. But this is my guess here, is that what's happened is a segment has work but isn't marked as dirty for a reason, probably a timing issue, probably because of the way I'm hammering in orders in a very silly way. So am I going to get my... So usually what happens is when I track this down, I put in errors. So when it happens again... Ah, that's interesting. Oh, that's a shame. No appears to be the easy answer there. So essentially we're stuck now. The game isn't progressing. I'm not doing anything now. Hey, I did make it worse. Oh, that's interesting. Not in a good way. But it's apparently... How many machine frustums have we got? 50. So we have 50 machine frustums, apparently. None of which have any dirty segments in at all. I don't believe you. Each of which has one segment in. Fine. Huh. We've got 105 segments in it. Oh, what was the one that was derping? Which I'm not sure it is still derping though. No, so at this point, nothing's derping. It's just not doing anything. And Unity crashed. Right, well, that is a good time to stop. So, thank you very much for watching. I think I'm back next Friday. I can't remember. Let me check. I can never remember. Essentially, I will be streaming every Friday unless I have stuff on, like, you know, real life. Yeah, I should be streaming next Friday. I'm not too sure what time, but I should be. And I will see you guys then. Yeah, please do follow us on the Discords, because I do post about the other projects that are going on. Some of them are quite fun. And I will see you guys all very soon. And hopefully there's a patch for Unity by next week, because quite frankly, this is embarrassing. Bye for now.